Well, good morning and happy Monday. I'm Stacey Hawkins and welcome back to another week-long episode of Stacey Says. This week I decided upon the success of the Lean and Green Masterclass that we taught 2 weeks ago. And if you don't know what that is, you can check it out on YouTube or you can check it out here on Facebook. It basically is a 15-minute crash course on how to be able to be a Lean and Green master. But so many of you came back to me with questions after that and said, okay, this is a great spot to start, but now we need some fueling hacks. We need some meal replacement ideas to be able to take our food, which already tastes good to start with, and change it up a little bit. So I want to share with you this entire week ways to be able to do that. So we're going to talk about different preparations. We're going to talk about some really fun and creative hacks that people have come up with to change your meal replacements from one version into another, like how to take the sweet potatoes and turn them into a sweet potato muffin, for example. And then I'm also going to share with you ways to be able to take an incredible amount of flavor and add it to your meal replacements so that they can taste even better than they do now, and you can change them up in 1,000,001 different ways. So today I want to specifically talk about shakes. First, I'm going to share with you preparation hacks, and then I'm going to share with you some flavor hacks. So, the shakes are just a simple meal replacement, protein shakes, and they can be done in a bunch of different ways. So first of all, traditionally as a shake, the easiest way to change it up is by what liquid you add. So in a lot of cases, you'll just add water, but if you have room in your budget or your condiments, you could add nut milk, like an almond milk or a cashew milk or a soy milk, and you can even do an oat milk as well if you like something that's a little bit thicker. Do be very cautious though, because some of those things can be higher in calories, which can throw your program off, and you'll have to watch as to how you count them. Sometimes they'll count towards a lean if you're on Optavia, or they'll count as a condiment, and they can count calorically with different programs as well. So that's number one. Number two is to add ice or cold water or not. So what I will tell you is this, is with a lot of the meal replacement shakes, the cold activates the thickness. So if you add cold water, they're going to be a little bit thicker. If you add some ice to it, it's going to be a little bit thicker, and that can help you with some of the preparations as well. So if you want a straight up shake, you'll add the allotted amount of water, which in the case of Optavia is 1 cup. If you want to do a pudding, ready for this? You can take and just use a container like this one here, put an ice cube in it and 3/4 of a cup, or sometimes a half, depending on how thick you like it. Put it all in here and shake it up and just let it sit, or put it back in the fridge for a few minutes, and you'll have a great pudding. You can also take that consistency as well and throw it in a nonstick frying pan to make like a pancake, if you will, or even a cookie. And you can make a bunch of those ahead of time, throw them in the fridge or the freezer, let them cool, and then take them on the go when you need them. So those are some preparation hacks for you. Now let's talk about flavor hacks, because I'll be honest, that's the number one complaint I get, is that people kind of get bored with these. And of course, when you're on a carb controlled program, you don't have the luxury of throwing in different fruits or things that may make it a little sweet or taste a little bit different. So what do you do? Well, we've got two different genres. We've got your fruit genre of shake, and then we've got your chocolate genre of shake. So I'm going to split those into two, because how you treat them can be a little bit different. Let's start with the fruit shake. All right. The number one complaint I hear about these is the flavor is amazing, but ooh, they're just a little too cloyingly sweet. One of the best things that you can do to make them less sweet is actually to add some acid to them in the form of a sugar-free juice. So you can use a lemon juice, you can use lime juice, and both of those can be counted as a condiment. The other thing that you can use is my brightening blend. Now this is a combination of citric acid and lemon peel and orange peel and some other goodies, and you just take a pinch of this and throw it into your shake, and it takes that fruit to a whole nother world of flavor that is absolutely delicious. Again, make sure you count your condiments on these if you're going to use them. Now let's talk about the chocolate shake. Chocolate shake, there's so many fun things that you can do with that too, to make it a little bit more rich. Cocoa powder, if you like a chocolate shake that's really deep, then you can add some cocoa powder to it as well. Check the condiments section, and if you don't have that worksheet, you know what, I'm going to put a copy of it below, so that if you haven't printed it out with the masterclass, you can do that below. Just click on it and you'll download the PDF. So the cocoa powder is something that you can add to make it deep, dark, rich, and delicious. And the other things that you can add are things like cinnamon and nutmeg and ginger, fresh ginger and chocolate Oh, so yummy. And then the other thing that you can add too is to make it a little more complex is the Sinful cinnamon blend, which is a combination of all of those. It's a nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and a couple other things in there that you can just throw a pinch in, and that too will take your shake to a whole different flavor. All of these flavor additives too, you can also use in any of the preparations that we talked about before. So whether you make a traditional shake, if you decide to make a pudding, if you decide to make a bake like on a frying pan, you can do that and just change up the flavor in 1,000,001 different ways. All right, we went way over on this one because there was so much to be able to share, but I want you to be empowered. I want your meal replacements to taste absolutely delicious, and I want you to be able to be a success on program. I also want you to share. Do you have a great hack for shakes that you've done? Please put it in the comments below. We're all here to share and learn. And by all means, if you believe that somebody could benefit from this information, please go ahead and forward it. You've got my permission to do so. We want to be able to make everyone empowered to be able to make these meal replacements that taste great and will help you stick to your program. All right, that's it. Join me tomorrow where we're going to be talking about potatoes. All right, until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.